No, officer. I gave her roofies because she told me she wanted them. No. It's not because it's in my magician kit. Please believe me. Speaking of roofies, here's a card peek. Sir, I'm gonna run through the cards like this. I want you to call stop anytime you want. Go ahead, call stop. Great. Please remember your card and don't forget it. Of course, it doesn't matter that I'm looking at a monitor. I would know that the participant's card is the two of diamonds. Simple. Simple is all we need. People tend to overcomplicate things. They add things. They put things that are not necessary. This is as simple as it gets. Now, believe it or not, there are a lot of little touches that make this what it is. It's not just a dribble, looking at the certain corner and peeking at a card. There's a lot more to it. One of the more important things here is that as you're dribbling through the cards, you're going to be looked away. So you're going to tell the participant in a moment, I'm going to run the cards down like this, and all I want you to do is call stop. And I'm looking away as I tell them this instruction. Another important thing to do is to have them mix and shuffle the deck and be obnoxious about it. Don't be satisfied. When they're mixing the deck, I'll tell you what, mix it some more. The reason you're being so annoying is because they're going to remember that you were so annoying about them mixing the deck. And when you take the deck back, don't look at the cards. Don't look at anything. Tell them the instructions, sir. What I'm going to do in a moment, I'm going to let the cards drop like this. All I want you to do is just to call stop anywhere you want. Now, a fun fact about when you dribble cards is that when you dribble cards, it's going to make you want to get my brand new book, The Art of the Squeal. You didn't think that was going to happen, did you? You should pick it up. It's full of moves, routines, some anecdotes, some fun essays. It's definitely a wonderful pickup. Treat yourself to a nice Christmas present. Also consider joining the PigCake Magic Academy, the home of over 1,400 videos and counting every single week, going over card stuff, point stuff, everything you need to become the best magician you could possibly be. 7-day free trial if you use the link down below. So you don't have to do anything special with this. However, because the properties of a dribble, if you are doing a normal card dribble, which entails you grabbing the deck from this position, you're going to let them go from the lower left thumb, and you're just going to let the cards fall. All I'm doing with my thumb is that I'm moving my thumb upward, and that's going to allow those cards to cascade downward. Just by the very virtue of this technique, notice that my thumb is bending this corner a little bit extra. That's not anything that I'm doing more. It's just the virtue of the technique in pulling up, and that's what allows all the cards to cascade and fall down nicely. So all I'm going to do is I'm looked away as I do this process. I'm going to dribble the cards, and whenever they call stop, I'm going to stop. Now I'm going to look at them as I go, are you sure you want to stop here? That's where I'm going to take my opportunity to peek at the cards. And you could see that I just get the smallest little peek as to the lower left index of that card. I don't need to show the card this way. I don't need to bend the cards. All I need is the smallest little adjustment, and you're going to be able to see the card. And you can see from the front, it looks very fair. Right there, perfect. Please remember your card. And that's all it takes for you to peek at the card. You don't need to bend the card. You don't need to pull it. All you need to do is just dribble the cards, have the participant call stop. Are you sure? Right there. Go ahead. Please look at your card. I don't want to see anything. As a matter of fact, could you take the deck? Could you mix them in your hands? I don't want to touch anything at all. So the perception that the participant is going to have is that I was looked away the entire time. Also, remember, I was obnoxious about them shuffling the cards. I'm equally as obnoxious about them shuffling the cards after, just to make sure that I don't have any order. I couldn't have seen anything. I don't know where any card is. Just please shuffle the deck. And I have a peek at the card that they picked. What makes this imperceptible is that you are not altering anything that you would do. There's no special movement with the actual dribble. All I'm doing is just a regular dribble. I'm taking advantage of the properties of the dribble in order to facilitate the actual glimpse itself. And it only takes a fraction of a second for you to get the peek. So it's not something that you should hold in, stare, and then show them the card. It takes a fraction of a second for you to do it. I'm going to run through the cards like this. Sir, I want you to just call stop anytime it feels right to you. Personally, most ladies call stop almost immediately. Arrest me, officer. Arrest me, officer. Arrest me, officer. So call stop anytime you want. Right there, perfect. Please remember the card. I don't want to see anything. As a matter of fact, could you take the deck and shuffle it yourself? Perfect. I don't want to touch anything because then people think that I might do something special. But please remember that card and don't forget it. And you got that card in your head. And from there, you could do absolutely anything you want. You could have the card mix. You could spread through the cards, take out the jokers, call the card, bring it to the top, do whatever you want. There's 100 different things that you could find on the PigCake Magic Academy or on this channel. But if you need a quick and simple glimpse, that's definitely one that you should consider. Some advice at the end of the video. I've mentioned this before, but boy, I can't tell you how useful it is to have a flashlight on you. This one I've mentioned before. It's great because it's very, very bright, unbelievably bright. As a matter of fact, they claim it's 1,000 lumens. It also has a rape whistle. Not a fan of that, but it does have a lot of features that I enjoy. The only thing that I don't like about this would be the perfect flashlight, is the fact that sometimes the button gets pressed in my pocket. And that's a very bright thing to have go off in your pocket and it gets really hot. I don't like that. So that's the only thing that I don't like about this, but it has a bunch of different modes. Look at this. Look at that. So you have different modes there, different brightness. And then here's another one that's fun. Look at that. UV. UV. So if I have any sort of fluids or liquids on my face, you'd be able to see it. So it's a wonderful feature to have on a $15 flashlight. My goodness, what a good thing. It even has a little magnet on the bottom. So I'm a huge fan of it. The only thing I don't like is that, well, sometimes the button presses my pocket. But I think it's great. Apart from being able to click itself in your pocket, it's a wonderful little thing. And for like 10 bucks, why not? Why not? You'd be surprised as to how often you reach for this rather than your phone for needing a flashlight.
I see you again, when 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 I see you again.